really should have put some cover up under my eyes.
All right. Take one. I don't know about you guys, but I'm starting to feel really uncomfortable in my space.
What do you mean?
You've been trying to sleep with me all afternoon.
Oh my God, you're a gaslighting maniac. Are you kidding me right now? I will leak the text messages. I've called the police 5 times.
No.
Yes.
There's no texts.
There are texts. What are you doing?
Well, this is starting to bother me. You're right. I'm too dressed up.
Yeah. Ryland Adams has been trying to forcefully make a baby with me all day.
Oh, please.
All day.
Lizzie at lunch asked me what... Let me see if we're like lit and framed, okay?
Oh, it's lit, baby.
Oh, no. It's frozen.
Oh, no.
Wake up.
Wake up.
Why isn't it moving?
Because you have bad internet here.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, now this is about my internet too?
Listen, we need to introduce the show because you've gone way off the rails.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Sip. I'm Ryland Adams, the most fabulous, of course, joined by...
Lizzie Gordon.
Who's okay. Hello, and welcome to the show. I'm beefing. I'm beefing out.
How could you be beefing out? We just had a lovely fucking lunch date together.
Until we got home.
What happened when we got home? I don't even know what you're talking about.
You're demanding toilet paper.
Okay, that's crazy. First of all, if anyone has beef, it's me. I wasn't allowed to sleep in the guest bed. Listen.
We've hashed this out, and you know the reasoning.
Because Jared's gonna sleep in it.
No, because
we don't want you to ruin the sheets for Jared. I get here, bed's not even made. Shane's friend slept in it. There's no toilet paper.
What's going on?
I know. I didn't. My dress is unpressed.
And then you tried to sleep with me.
No, I'm going to leak the text.
No, you're not.
Yeah, and don't threaten me. I will.
Proof is in the pudding.
Yeah, and I have the pudding.
No, we were just talking at lunch because Lizzie asked for a baby update.
Yes.
And I had said, because there's a lot to the process, and once you finish the process, you have to go through legal because you have to make sure that the child is legally yours.
Right.
Once, whatever. And so, like, we've finished legal with the donor, but I hadn't seen when IVF was starting. And then I thought, well, I recently did talk to somebody who talked about their parents having sleep, like two women
wanted a baby, so they slept. One of them slept with a man to impregnate herself,
while the other woman was there as well.
Gay.
It was strictly to get pregnant.
Yeah,
it wasn't anything else. It's just like the whole process that we're doing is a lot.
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot of steps. There's a lot, like, even the health checks are 3 months long. It's like everything in the world. So then I just thought, why don't we just get you pregnant, Lizzie?
Yeah, it's just not.
Shane will walk.
That's definitely not happening.
Joe can be involved.
Well, no, none of us want to be involved with it. No one wants to be involved.
She used to want to sleep with me.
Yeah, well, that was before you denied me for a decade, and here we are.
Wow.
Yeah.
What, have you had my baby back then?
Probably.
Wow.
No, probably not. I don't even know if I'm having my own babies.
What? Yes, you are.
I'm not gonna, like, I don't know if I'm birthing them.
Oh, you might explore a surrogate yourself.
Yeah. If I get super rich in the next 25 minutes.
Okay. I think it's controversial for, like, whatever. Who cares?
Is it?
I don't know. Yeah. People get mad when celebrities have babies via surrogate if there isn't a underlying health reason.
Is this like people getting mad at me for getting my dog from a breeder?
Yeah. Yes.
Did that statement get me canceled?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't look far into those kinds of things.
I'm scared. I don't think we should talk about it.
You just brought it up again.
Well, I was
You're
honestly... Well, that's the thing you got to keep in mind. I have been up since fucking 5:10 in the morning.
So let her say horrible things. I'm not saying that was horrible, but this doesn't excuse the whole podcast if you say horrible things.
That's true.
I guess that's true.
I suppose you know better than me.
So you have a lot of things going on. First of all, I think we should bring an update to last week's episode.
Okay. So last week when I discussed my disgusted when
you were disgusted
when I disgusted the human race and everybody lost hope in me.
What? Oh, when you disgusted the human race
and everyone lost hope in me.
Okay. Disgusted.
So when I fainted at lunch with that girl and I was super caffeinated, I forgot to mention that after that lunch, I emailed everybody I've ever met.
Because you're trying to get jobs. She's desperately, and I'm saying desperately lovingly.
No,
because
it's desperate.
I don't think the sadness came across in the podcast as it did at lunch afterwards.
Oh, I'm mortified.
When you were at the brink of tears.
Yeah.
Which, no, I'm not laughing because I've been just as desperate. Listen, nothing has really worked for me either outside of self-creation.
Yeah,
like,
same.
all of this is self-producing, self-putting on, self-promoting. It's like nobody ever wants to hire me for the job.
Same.
So
well, that's not true. Like, I've had jobs. Like, I've been hired for jobs. But
can't relate. I mean, I had Clever, but even there I got...
No, I'm talking about educational TV, and it's like the boss is my husband.
Okay.
But I'm good at it, goddammit. Anyways, after that, I spiraled and emailed 50 million people. But I was so caffeinated that like I was accidentally emailing people that weren't the people I was trying to reach. And I was trying to reach a woman whose name is, we'll say, Stephanie. But I in my mind, I rewrote that her name was Claire. So I emailed a woman named Claire, who was not who I was trying to email, but it's so fucking specific that it's like hella weird that I would send the email. So the first thing I said to her was, "Hi, Claire. I hope you had the best vacay at the music festival. I loved the looks on Insta. I wanted to follow up with you about what we had talked about previously." And I was just like, give me. You know what I mean? And then I finally, like 5 minutes after I hit send on the email, realized, oh, I didn't mean to send Claire.
You did the follow-up.
I meant to email Stephanie.
Because it's always the conundrum is, do I follow it up and say like I'm sorry and be desperate in a second email?
I was so caffeinated. Hi. Hi, Claire. I'm sorry. This is for a different Claire, but I'm kind of glad I accidentally pinged you. It's been too long. I hope you're doing well, and I would love to catch up with you. Want to get coffee
So
sometime?
the whole email wasn't for her.
The whole email wasn't for her. But she emailed me back.
This is the one email you got back?
This is the one email I got back. I sent like 75 last week. I've heard from one of them.
And it was the one that you didn't intend to email.
It was the one that but it's technically the best one. I enjoy this woman a lot.
Come here, Ray.
Yeah.
Ray, come here.
The other follow-up was you wanting me to say the correction for my cover letter where I say 187 followers.
Oh, yeah.
My friend was like...
Your friend that called you out on it. Like
my friend who pointed it out.
Highlighting the mistake.
Yeah, he said, maybe people will think you're being darkly funny.
Not the case.
Not
especially
the case.
with podcasts.
And they don't
it's
know
like
me.
The world of podcasting, everyone has a podcast. Everyone's like, I have a podcast.
Well, that's why
I'm a big deal. I have a podcast.
That's why I'm always qualifying our following. Anyways...
Lizzie got a haircut.
Finally, someone says something.
We sat down to lunch. Well, I wasn't looking at you head on, looking at you from the side like this. It wasn't, as soon as she sat directly in front of me, I go, oh my gosh, you didn't talk about your new haircut on the podcast. And she immediately, like she had been holding it in for a month, goes, you didn't talk about my new hair on the podcast.
I'm going through some things. I'm an emotional young woman right now.
Is it my responsibility to acknowledge your haircut?
Yes, I think sometimes it's imperative that those who are surrounded by others do unto themselves as they would unto their...
You didn't mention my haircut.
Did you get a haircut?
Yes.
I was literally staring at you saying it's hard to take in what you're saying because you're so handsome.
You did say that.
And I said your hair looks great. I didn't know it was cut, but it's like you keep it trimmed. You know, it's not like a noticeable... If it was shaggy, I'd be like, you're a mess. But it's like your standard is a trim.
I'm just shocked because, like, you would normally scream these things from the rooftop. You kept your hair chop a secret?
I do feel like I texted you about it, though.
You texted me, but I feel like you haven't gone worldwide.
No, I haven't told anyone about it worldwide. I've been busy, girl.
And because it was a pretty big chop.
Yeah, I cut all of it off.
So underwhelming. Do you not like it?
No, I like it a lot.
Okay.
I went to my favorite girl, Margie.
Okay, Marge.
Morgan goes to her, too.
Really?
Well, she went one time.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, did you want to get sad?
Get sad? Ryland, we've been sad. Where have you been? Silly. Yeah, I've decided I'm going to clean up my house and get my life together. Stop sleeping on the couch. Sleep in my bedroom again. Reclaim my space.
Are you sleeping on the couch?
Yes.
You are?
Yeah.
That wasn't a look of disdain. It was a look of confusion because Joe stays up later than... What the...
It's a fly.
I know. What does he think he can do in here?
Well, he's definitely not getting paid for this spot.
Cameo?
Yeah. Not today. What is this? The fucking presidential debates? Zing! See what I did there? You see, it's a timely joke because we're a timely podcast.
Oh my God. This is so weird. Come here, Riley. Come eat the fly.
Oh, here she comes.
Wow, she listens.
She's a good girl.
She really, like,
She just sprang up. She said, okay, Papa, here it comes.
She's smarter than everything.
No, now she's just digging under the couch.
Okay, well,
can't all be winners.
Okay, so you said you were dealing with grief months later.
Oh yeah, I'm violently sad, and I miss Jelly every single day, and it doesn't seem to be getting less sad. And I don't want to be in my room, so I've been sleeping in the living room. Did she move the frame? Mm-hmm. She's so smart.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna unplug the roadcaster. Come here.
That Riley is so smart right now.
We're trying to be sad right now, Riley.
Riley, read the room. Your dad's hyper-caffeinated and he's trying to act as if he cares what anyone else is saying. Don't ruin this for him, Riley. She's a
Riley,
mess.
I'm sympathetic.
Empathetic.
No. I really do care.
This isn't the podcast where you're the victim.
No.
That's a different podcast.
Yeah, if you want me to be the victim, go to Shane's podcast.
He's the villain here. This is villain vibes.
Right now, I'm sorry. Maybe we should come back to something serious.
I mean, I don't really have an update on it because it's mostly I talk about things like this on the podcast or on my vlog because it makes me do something positive for myself, like an accountability moment.
Right.
So, the hope is now that I've said it here, I will follow through on it.
Wait, you aren't cleaning up your room?
No, my room. I mean, I will now that I've said it here in front of all of you. That's the point.
You should
of this.
do that as a part of your vlog.
Well, I was going to this week and then shit just got too crazy.
Because cleaning montages are very satisfying.
Are
I
they
love
really?
them. Yeah, I personally enjoy them.
I don't even know how to go about shooting a cleaning montage.
You put it up on a wide angle
Yeah.
of your room.
Yeah.
And you hit record while you clean for a long time and then you time lapse it.
Wow. That seems like a lot.
And what you could do is
Like an
because
hour?
it's what you're learning, but you would make it into like 30 seconds. You would speed it up. It's like a, and then you could even do a VO about like what you've learned while you're cleaning up your room, dealing with grief, and then how you feel afterwards.
Oh.
Well,
Well,
he's
first,
a producer.
here's the other thing I was thinking. You could come to my house and you could do my grief cleaning for me.
I don't know about cleaning. I could help you design if you wanted.
Well, the thing is, we moved the massage chair into my office, so I do need a new vibe in there.
Okay.
And I want disco balls to be part of it.
Maybe when I'm there, once we're in back. Oh, my Riley, this is serious.
Riley, we're scheduling things.
Riley, hey, come here. Oh my gosh.
Hi, Riley. Oh, she's looking at me. Hi, girlie.
And so you are avoiding your room though because of.
Yeah, I spent so much time with Jelly in there and making the bed. Jelly always liked to be in the bed while I made it, and then she'd fuck it up, and it was like our thing. Or I'd make her into it, like in the pillows, and then she'd just be in there, and it feels weird. You know what I mean? And I don't want it to not feel. The thing that I wanted to touch upon with the grief thing is like it feels bad to move on.
Right.
It feels bad to not be sad, and anytime I'm happy, I get like triggered into sadness again, and then like randomly I'll just be driving and I'll just start scream crying. But the thing is, like, I'm also still, I'm still doing life. Like, I'm still working, I'm still, going to the gym, going to my meetings, like talking to friends, like not isolating or doing something that's like scary health wise, except for letting my house become a mess.
Right.
And it's like not that messy. It's like messy if I had 3 kids messy. And I have 4. I have 4 growing boys.
2 dogs,
4.
2 boys.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. But yeah, I kind of I want to be able to be in my, I don't want to get to my desk in my office. I don't want to have to go over 5 luggage suitcases that are half unpacked. And like, I want to fold my laundry and put it away. I should probably do a deep clean of this is boring.
You deserve to do all of that.
I deserve
And you deserve to not feel, I know it hits you can't plan when grief hits.
No.
But you should clean your space, especially your room, and maybe do something to it so that it feels refreshed in a way that isn't forgetful, but makes you not so,
I'll probably just get new bed sheets.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Something new.
Yeah.
Not to forget the old.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry.
It's a bummer because it's like, I don't know, man. I just miss her so bad. She's everything. If she was an asshole, this wouldn't be so hard.
Bubs is an asshole, and it will be equally as hard.
Bubs is my sweet little lover boy. Bubs is my baby master, and I fucking worship that little bitch. And you know who's so sweet?
What?
The baby is a sweetie.
Icky?
Yeah, Icky's the sweetest little bean. Like, all he wants to do is just love. I call him a relentless lover. But like a consensual relentless lover.
Much like me.
No. I'll leak the texts. I can't even read that. Furniture, Karen? Oh, no. Do you really want to do that to you?
Well, I don't know. I just thought, like, I don't have many other stories this week.
Oh, no. What did you do this week, though?
And a lot of people, the last time I told my furniture story, they were like, you're awful. And I was like, that's the point. I was telling you that I was acting like a fucking Karen.
So what's the point?
Sometimes, like, we had a hard week, and I just...
Why was your week hard?
Well, I mean, you know why my week was hard, and it doesn't feel right to follow it up after what you were going with.
Why was your week hard? I can't remember.
Honey.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, we had like a...
No, that's fair.
But, and I don't want to like...
We can move on if you want to edit that part out.
No, it's fine. I mean, I don't want to... It's more so like I don't want to be like, your situation and then my situation.
Right.
You know?
I mean, we can talk about it after the podcast, but I never feel that way. I never, ever feel that way.
Right.
Because you can compartmentalize the two things. Just because something happened to me doesn't mean that something happening to you isn't something I can support you in.
Right. Well, so Honey had, and I talked about it on the podcast before because she was a conehead, because I was walking her one day and I looked down and I saw a mass, and I was just like, oh, we need to get it checked out. And even when we got it checked out, the vet was like, oh, I always have like 3 checkpoints. Like, is it growing rapidly? How long has it been there? Is it hard? Mm-hmm. And it was none of the things that seemed to be dangerous. And Riley.
This bitch and her timing, man. Get your toy, girl.
And Shane and I just ultimately decided better safe than sorry.
Yeah.
For some reason, they thought where it was located, she didn't want to do the fine needle aspirate. And I didn't know much about it because I've never experienced it before. I mean, I'm not a doctor. So we got it removed.
Can I just make a quick PSA for anyone else dealing with it?
Yes, you can.
Anybody else, if you find a mass on your dog and there is any sort of question of whether or not it is a mast cell tumor, always do the fine needle aspirate first, because it matters. If they're going to do an operation to remove it, they're going to need to take a huge, or not a huge margin, but a margin around the mast cell tumor to ensure that they don't like upset it. Because if you upset a mast cell tumor, it can become inflamed and sort of spread like blowing on a dandelion.
Sorry, Riley was about to unplug this whole setup. And I know nothing about masses or mast cell tumors. Like, this is our first time ever experiencing it. And honestly, it just looked like nothing.
Yeah.
And so I trusted...
And you're not a doctor. Why would you know?
Yes.
That's why you take your dog to the vet.
Really looking into it and knowing what I know now. Sorry, I'm out of breath now because I was dealing with Riley.
He really just did the most. That was like parkour, all fucking core strength.
She was entangled in the plug for what we're recording on. And had that gone badly, we would have lost it all.
She looks so guilty.
She is. Riley, just lay down. It's time to take a nap. Anyways, they sent it off, and it turns out that it was a mast cell tumor. So that means that it's cancer for dogs. And it's, for what it is, its best case scenario, because it is only isolated right now to that one place. We've got her an ultrasound. We got her whole body checked. They did everything they could to see what was going on with her. And it seems right now that it is just that one spot. And the more and more research we did, when we went to the cancer doctor, they were saying that all is well right now. The only problem is because they didn't do the fine needle aspirate, they didn't know what it was, to what extent. So she got surgery, but the bad news is all of it wasn't removed when they removed it, because they didn't know what they were looking at or for. And so now she's going to have to go back into surgery
to have the margins
again, which is just, now she's going to have, I mean, it seems like, I don't want to complain about any of it, because like, it's great news.
Yeah.
And it's just a bummer that she's going to have to go through it again and then be a conehead again and recover again. But absolutely. I mean, best case scenario for something so bad. And it was a whole week of just I mean, not knowing what was going on, calling a million doctors because nobody can get you in anywhere right now because everyone's overwhelmed and understaffed and, overbooked. So it was just, it was a lot, but thankfully she's going to be okay. Why did I get onto this? What were we talking about?
I was talking about jelly.
No, I know, but...
Oh, you had a bad week. And I questioned it like an asshole because I was going to be like, was it a bad week? It was.
Right, it was a bad week.
So I'm the asshole. And we don't even have to ask Reddit.
No, you're not. And yes. So yes, I was a little on edge. Okay.
Yeah, that's fair. So you're on edge and you have every right to be. Anna, what did you do taking it out on this furniture salesman?
Okay, so we had ordered a table from Crate and Barrel. And when you order things from Crate and Barrel that
the switch up in your energy right now is manic. Continue.
Well,
so fuck Crate and Barrel.
Oh, she's doing it again.
She's not tangled yet, though. She's trying to get under the couch.
There must be a bone under there.
Let me get it for her. Get the bone under there.
Riley, what is under there?
Ryland, I just can't stand how you're under there. Oh, it's a ball. Get her the ball.
Come here. Come on.
You're going to have to go check out the video this week so that you can see Spider-Man over here. Oh, wow. Your hair got really fucked up.
Oh, mommy. Okay.
This shirt's a little sexy, though.
Thank you. It was from one of our former sponsors.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They shall not be named.
I'm so excited to have a new sponsor on the podcast, which just so happens to be Studs. Lizzie and I are huge fans. And if you've gotten your ears pierced, it might have been a rite of passage to go to the mall, get that needle gun in your ear. But if you look around today, it might seem like a tattoo parlor is your only option to level up your ear game. And if that's not your thing and you want a grown-up alternative to the traditional piercing shop, you should definitely check out Studs. Studs is reimagining the piercing experience for each and every ear. If you want to get a new or even a first time piercing, but you're feeling a little scared, fear not, because Studs only pierces with single-use needles, never guns, so it's way safer and so much better, especially for those advanced piercings. If you're looking to refresh your look, or if you need some pro styling advice, you can shop online, or you can stop into Studs in LA, New York City, Austin, Nashville, Miami, or Boston, even Seattle, and some more shops are opening soon. Studs earrings are made from high-quality materials, which won't turn your skin green, plus they're lightweight and durable enough to wear all of the time. You can even sleep and work out in them. Studs has over 250 styles of hoops, huggies, studs, cuffs, and danglies, and they pierce way more than just the lobe, so it's easy to create a statement look or something you keep in every day, starting at just $10 per earring. Lizzie has been raving about the quality of these earrings. She's been wearing them on the day to day, and I've been having so much fun, trying out their different statement pieces if I want to have a little bit more pizzazz when I go out into the world. I can't talk about how much I love them enough. And right now, Studs is offering our listeners 20% off your first purchase when you go to studs.com/sip. Go to studs.com/sip for 20% off your first purchase. That's studs.com/sip. Today's podcast has another new sponsor, which just so happens to be ROTHY'S. And shoes make such a statement about how you're feeling. And that's why I love ROTHY'S, because if you don't want to choose between comfort and style, you can pick ROTHY'S that has both. Their signature seamless knit designs mean all of their shoes look and feel great right out of the box with no break-in period. Transitioning from summer to fall is so easy with ROTHY'S shoes with so many colors that work season after season. It's a no-brainer to wear a pair. You might have already heard about ROTHY'S bestsellers, the Point and the Flat. People magazine actually named the Point the best flat for their first ever Style Awards of 2021. But ROTHY'S also makes insanely comfortable sneakers, loafers, ankle boots, and so many more. The best part is everything ROTHY'S makes is better for the planet. They've repurposed millions of water bottles into their signature thread that goes into every single one of their products. Lizzie and I are both currently wearing ROTHY'S. They are so incredible. I got the RS01 sneaker in the color Hudson, and not only are they beautiful, but they're comfortable and you can wash them. Turns out they look good as new. Because the ROTHY'S I got are a signature sneaker, I can use them with every outfit and at any time of the year. So get both style and comfort this summer with ROTHY'S. Plus, get $20 off your first purchase at rothys.com/thesip. That's ROTHYS.com/thesip for $20 off your first purchase.
So you called this furniture store and you said, fuck you!
No, so you pay a lot. So if it's not something small that can ship FedEx or UPS, you have to pay a large delivery fee, which is normally $150 to $200.
Jesus.
I know. And it's because they have a delivery service that they hire out. I've ordered a lot of stuff from them in the past, and it's always been a great service. They come, they put it in the room, they assemble it, they take everything away. And so they give me a time frame, and they're like, we'll be there from 11 to 2. And I was like, great. I had my whole morning planned. I went and I worked out, and right when I'm walking into my workout class, they're calling me. They're like, we're going to be here in 15 minutes. I was like, I'll be home at 10:45. It's the earliest I can do. I'm so sorry. But like, I had a time frame.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
Yeah.
And I know their day is probably jam-packed and hard too. So if they could fit me in, I'm sorry, but I wasn't home.
We love an understanding king. And then what happened? When did he lose his understanding?
So I finished yoga and I'm stopping at the bank to get them money. I got out $60 to tip them graciously because I know
nice.
it's a hard job. It's
Yeah.
like, it's a lot of manual labor. It's hot outside. And
Yeah.
I like to tip people well when they're doing a service such as that. But then I'm at the bank at the ATM and Shane's calling me and he's like, they just dropped it off in boxes and left. And I'm like, oh, you just let them go? And he was like, well,
what's he supposed to
they
do,
didn't
lay in
really
front of the car?
give me an option.
Yeah.
I just told them like it's going to be in the barn. And then when I came back out, they were done. And I was like, you're kidding me. And there's like a lot of stuff. So I get home and it's just all in boxes. There's a ton of huge boxes. My recycling doesn't come for another 2 weeks. Even if I break it down, it's not going to fit in my recycling.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of pissed off because you pay a $200 fee for this.
And you didn't even get it.
I got the stuff dropped off. And that's it.
That's
so then
annoying.
I'm calling Crate and Barrel because you know what? I was just like, I was at the end of my line here, and I was just like, it just should be
Well,
built.
honestly, you paid for it, and you were picking up money to give them more money, and then they left
And that's
without
the
their more
thing.
money.
And if they would have just done the job, it would have been all okay. So I'm out here, I'm texting them. They didn't answer their phone. So then I get online to chat with them. I'm chatting with them and I'm like telling them the situation. And the guy that was helping me was like, no, I don't know. And I was like, well, you either need to refund my delivery fee or you need to have the guys come back out and at least pick up the boxes. Like I'll build the furniture, but at least pick up the boxes because then I'm going to have to figure out how to put them in my truck and find a dump.
Yeah, our house is a nightmare of boxes. Joe, I can't say it online.
Why?
I don't think it's legal what we've been doing with our boxes. And she's canceled, ladies and gentlemen.
And so finally a manager gets on there and she's like, I'm so sorry, I took off the delivery fee for you.
Good.
And I was like, that's very nice. And then I was just like pushing my luck because if you don't ask for it, you don't get it. And I was like, what am I supposed to do with all these boxes? Because I don't have my recycling for another
My luck.
I don't have recycling for another week and a half. And she was like, I can have them out there in 10 days. And I was like, I mean, that doesn't really help me.
That's a week and a half.
And I go, well, can the guys that just dropped it off at least circle back if they're still in the area and pick up the boxes?
Yeah.
Which like then I'm going to have to confront them, which
Whatever.
is also awkward. But she's like, I'll contact the dispatch and have them contact you. So the dispatch contacts me and he's like, I hear there's a problem. And I was like, well, yeah, every time I've ordered from Crate and Barrel, they'll always assemble it, take down the boxes. It's a great service. And they just dropped the boxes. And he goes, well, somebody signed for it. And I was like, that somebody wasn't the somebody that was supposed to do it. And they didn't know what they were asking for or what was going on.
You took advantage of a husband who knew nothing. An innocent, vulnerable husband.
And quite honestly, Shane's never even awake at that time. So it was a miracle he
Shocking.
was awake.
Yeah.
And I knew that if I called him when they had called me, that he wasn't going to answer his phone because it was on vibrate and he was asleep. So I don't even know how all of that went down. And I was like, well, yeah, but that was somebody that didn't know that there was a delivery and he just signed because they gave him a paper to sign.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, I don't see the problem. And I go, well, isn't building a part of the service? And he goes, well, yeah. And I was like, well, then why didn't your guys build the furniture? And he was like, well, I don't know. And I was like, okay, so are they going to come pick up the boxes? I know, I'm being a fucking Karen.
No, but that's not being a Karen. That's like, that's honest. That's a real question. Well, then if you just agreed that is part of your job, then why did you not complete your job?
And then he's like, okay, I'll send them back out to pick up the boxes because I had already built the furniture.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, great, thank you. So I went in the shed and I pulled out all the boxes and put them there. They picked them up and left and didn't even ring the doorbell or talk to me. But I'm like, now you had to come back twice.
Yeah.
You didn't get the $60 tip.
Yeah.
Because you didn't even ring the doorbell when you came back. And it's like, it's fine. Mm-hmm. But I was just
see, you're who I want
unleashed
to get my
anger.
nails done with, because you would have not. My friend Shannon, she's great. When they blew off her toenail appointment, she was like not happy about it, and she was like, "So I'm just gonna cancel my nails." And they were like, "Oh, She's like, yeah, I've been here for an hour. My friend's nails are done. I'm not going to sit here by myself when we made an appointment.
Well, yeah, the problem is it's fucking with your time too. Like
Yeah.
I also scheduled my day around this.
Yeah.
Like I did have a lot going on and I also scheduled my day around it. So it just, whatever. What else did we have to talk
That's the sip. Well, we could talk about me.
Yeah, you were gonna get.
We could talk about me.
You were gonna get a new tattoo.
I'm thinking about getting a tattoo.
How many do you have in total?
That's a great question. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Whoa.
Yeah.
They're hidden.
6.
Do you have any visible to
I
the
have
eye?
6. Yeah.
Okay, where?
1.
Oh, yeah, that one was a mistake.
No, I love that one.
You do?
That's why I know Joe.
The Lark? Mm-hmm. He was a victim?
He was not a victim.
He was a victim?
No, he was not. He wanted to produce sketch comedy, like visual sketch comedy based around it with Nicole and I.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. And did he hit up you or Nicole first?
Nicole.
Okay.
It was through James.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's when I found Joe and I said, he will be mine.
And where's the new placement of this tattoo?
I was thinking it would be like on my ankle, like my shark in the wave thing. Mm-hmm. Or it could be here.
What's your shark in the wave represent?
It was a Friday the 13th tattoo that I paid very little money for. I always wanted a Friday the 13th tattoo. Oh, just because it's here. It's a picture of Icky drinking out of the toilet.
Which when my dog went to do that, she acted like I was an abusive parent.
Well, he's trying to. He can't reach the bowl.
So if he reached the bowl, you would run in and stop him?
Yeah, I'd be like, stop it.
Well, do you have nasty shits in the toilet?
I'd say, stop it.
Do you not flush?
I'd say, don't eat my nasty shits from the toilet, Icarus.
I'm sorry if this episode is unhinged. Like, I wasn't...
You're fucking, like, lubricated with caffeine right now.
I know, and I feel like it has masked everything.
I really appreciate you taking accountability for your part in this.
No, I did not give you the correct response to your trauma because Riley was being a nightmare.
So here's one.
Oh, that's really cute. Wait, did somebody draft those up for you?
Well, those aren't my dogs, dude.
Oh my God, I thought they were.
No, but it's super cute, right? And I would do
Screenshot it.
I did.
Okay.
I would do Icky Bubs and Jelly. So that's option A. And option B is this, where it looks like they're looking.
Oh, that's really cute.
And that's what I
too.
would do on my calf.
So they're going to be homage to your dogs.
Well, they're going to be my dogs.
Right.
Yeah. I'm going to have James put them into Photoshop. So if you...
Is James going to draw them?
No, the tattoo artist will.
Okay.
But James has a really great tattoo artist who does dogs really lifelike.
Wow. I think I like option 2. But they're both very cute.
They're both
You
very
can't go
cute.
wrong.
You can't, and they'd be very small. Really small and delicate.
Wow.
Oh,
I don't know do you think people are going to get sick of us talking about airports so often?
well, this was different. Today, the airport hit different.
Okay.
It felt like everybody who's retired decided to leave today for a vacation. And I'm not even kidding.
Well, all the kids are back in school,
Yeah.
so maybe they think they're not going to have to deal with all the little shitheads.
I mean, I guess, but it was wild. There were a lot of over 65-year-old people in massive groups going places. And there's like an inherent panic within them. And I don't know what it is. You know what I mean? Like, but there was like at every turn, like I thought I had missed my flight. I thought my plane was boarding. And when I got to Burbank this morning and it's like everybody's getting on the plane, I missed the opportunity. Like all this, it seemed like the energy was that of the plane is taking off on the tarmac. They hadn't even started boarding the plane yet. There were just hordes of fucking retirees being like, we got to stand by there. It's like they hadn't even started boarding A group and people who were in C group were like, we should get up there. Literally, they said that out loud. Like they made an announcement, we're now boarding all of the A groups. And I saw 5 people turn to each other and go, we're C group. We should get ready now. Like I was like, oh, should I get ready as a B group member if C group members are? And then they start panicking, pushing towards it. And then the same thing when we get on the plane, everybody's a maniac about getting on the plane. It's like, girl, we're on Southwest.
You think so? These people are going to come hang out their vacation in Denver?
It seemed like it. It was weird. It's a weird vibe. And then like we're sitting on the plane. It's like I have this vibe of like, who fucking cares? You know what I mean? Like, because who fucking cares
About
where you're sitting on a Southwest flight?
Okay.
You can't control it. It's pure fucking mayhem.
A nightmare.
Yeah. People are on the phone with their loved ones. I'm going to get the worst fucking seat on this plane. Like literally,
You're
I'm not
me.
kidding. It was like Titanic, what they were talking about on the phone with their loved ones. Like it was gnarly. One woman was like, I'm going to get the worst seat. She's on the phone. Another girl's like, you and me both. It's like, so you're both like all the seats suck, bitch.
After you're sitting, it doesn't matter to me.
No, it doesn't matter
Like,
at all.
It sucks to get to, like, if you're all the way in the back, it just sucks to get there. But once you're in the back, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, who fucking cares? It was wild. And then when it came to get off time, everyone's jumping out of their seats, and it's like, where? It's like that on every plane though. Like everybody for some reason is like, let's jump the fuck up for nothing right now, and it's just like, all right. This time, the two women next to me were like, we're up and we're out. And I was like in the middle because I had been, I had the worst seat in the building. And like, I had to jump up with them. And no part of me enjoyed that. But it felt like they were like looping their arms around my arms, like, get up, bitch.
Do you ever talk to the people next to you?
Hard pass on that. I will not be talking to anybody on a fucking plane. I don't understand the point of that. It's like, you're a fucking stranger. I'm a fucking stranger. What are we doing here?
What if they came up to you and were like, I love the sip?
Oh, I would probably be a little bit embarrassed and also love it. I would have I'd black out, like, oh my God, you mean the sip with Ryland Adams and Lizzie Gordon? They go, yeah. I'd be like, wow, dude, thanks, man. Thanks. Oof. Yeah, that's what it would be like. I would panic, but I'd also love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I might faint from it, so be careful. Make sure I'm seated if you're going to recognize me. But like still recognize me, Just do it loud from afar. Oh, that was the other thing.
Make the whole airplane know. And then all the other people around will say, huh, I've never heard of her. Why do you want to talk to her?
I dropped dead of embarrassment. That's the other thing though. Like, what I was like, and it's not that this is also bad look for me, but I would love to weaponize the recognition. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean?
Like, remember that one time we were recognized when we went out to lunch, and then like 5 seconds later we saw someone I knew, and I was like, oh, why couldn't this have happened in front of them?
Right.
It never happened.
Sorry.
Are you bored?
No, I'm really not.
I'm bored.
I'm not bored at you. I'm just like so tired.
Yeah, I get it. Me too. I'm tired of me too. But like I said last week, can't escape me. I'm everywhere I go. Sad.
We could take a little power nap after this. I'm really gunning to watch the Lindsay Lohan trailer for her Christmas movie.
I mean, it's only 3 minutes and 40 seconds, so you don't need a
something
power
I'm
nap
looking
to watch
forward
it.
to.
Crazy.
All right.
But yeah, the mob mentality at the airport was fucking wild today.
All right, let's get into some advice though. Wow, we were like harmonized.
Should we try it again?
Advice? Oh, no.
Oh, I was just gonna sing.
Oh.
No,
no,
you do it too.
No.
Was it beautiful?
I mean,
did we harmonize?
We've lost everyone, but you and I are entertained.
I need to do some of that colon broom after this. Hi, Ryland and Lizzie.
Oh, she has the cord and the bone in her mouth.
Hey, Riley, stop chewing the cord. Thank you.
She did it.
She's a good listener, that girl. Why is she like this, though? Oh, man. Look what I'm...
You know what's trippy?
Can you see
how in-depth the iPhone zoomed in is? Like, the way that I could see everything, it's like a microscope.
Right, but I was trying to film Riley and not the fucking molecules.
Yes, but have you ever done that? Like, last time we flew on a plane, Shane was trying to just get out the window, but it got, like, the craziest inside of his hair follicles. And it's, like, offensive how microscopic it is.
Yeah, don't move. That's disgusting.
What's in there?
You got freckles and like you need to moisturize, bro. Hey, Ryland and Lizzie.
Hey, girl.
Thank you. Sending this for the advice segment on the pod. Great choice. I can't help but seek validation from others. For example, I went out the other night and my friends and I knew from within that I looked good.
Wait.
I read that wrong. I went out the other night with my friends and I knew from within that I looked good. But because
I'm not laughing at her, I'm laughing at your interpretation of that.
I know, I'm sorry. But because no one flirted with me or told me that I looked hot, I went home feeling ugly. Ugh, I hate that feeling. I know that I'm beautiful and I am enough, but for some reason I can't help it. I keep waiting for validation of other people in order to feel good and confident about myself. How can I put an end to all of this? Love you guys.
I mean, I get it.
Do you?
Yeah. I mean, I never got hit on as much as I thought I should have been when I was going to the bars when I was 20.
Yeah.
And it sucks if you're like, oh, I got a good outfit. Are you going to lose another tooth, Riley?
Yeah. You should grab that from her.
I'm so sorry. This whole
It's
podcast,
okay.
not to you, to them. The whole podcast is me being like, Riley.
Go
Riley."
get that bone from her though, for real.
Okay, hold on. Today's podcast is sponsored by DoorDash. And if you order with DoorDash but wish you didn't have to pay those delivery fees, well, dreams do come true. During the summer of Dash Pass, you can save money and enjoy new members-only offers every week on top of 0 delivery fees all year round. With the Dash Pass from DoorDash, you get $0 delivery fees, exclusive items, and more than 25,000 members-only offers nationwide. With your Dash Pass by DoorDash membership, you can save on average of $4 to $5 on every order you place for delivery or pickup, and that means on average, Dash Pass pays for itself when you order just twice a month. During the summer months, I have been so busy, and I love using DoorDash as a freelance personal assistant. I can get whatever I want delivered to me in under an hour. Anything I need comes right to my door with DoorDash, and you all can also shine bright during DoorDash's Summer of Dash Pass and get 50% off your first order up to a $15 value. Use promo code SIP at checkout when you spend $12 or more. That's 50% off your first order up to a $15 value when you sign up for DoorDash during the Summer of Dash Pass using promo code SIP. Don't forget that's code SIP for 50% off your first order up to a $15 value. Dash Pass benefits only eligible on orders that meet a minimum subtotal. Terms apply. Okay, sorry. I mean, this has been the most distracted episode I think we've ever had.
Since the burrito incident of early 2022.
What was that?
When Jelly wouldn't shut the fuck up about my burrito.
In a virtual episode.
She became known as the breakfast burrito all across the land.
And this time, like, I'm so caffeinated, out of control. Like, I am flying outside of myself.
I think you've come back into your body some.
A little bit.
Yeah. You're feeling the caffeine remorse. This is why I quit coffee.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
this shame spiral.
see, and this is the thing. I have a very controlled amount of caffeine every single day. Like, I have 1 cup right when I wake up, and I have 1 cup at like 4 hours later. And that is how I do caffeine. And today we went through Starbucks, and I was like, I'll get a grande iced latte. And then I even said to you, I said, how many shots is in a grande?
Yeah.
Because, like, if it's 2, I'll be unhinged.
Well, it must be 2.
It must be 2. And I fear I should have just gotten a tall. So I want to apologize to you.
I think it's okay.
But like, I do feel as though I wasn't present to be sincere when you were talking about what's been going on with you.
Right. But if we were any more sincere, I'd have been crying, and you don't pay me enough for that to happen on the podcast.
And yes, and the honey thing, I had already like
Processed.
Yes, I'm processing, and I just don't know if I want to bring the full game. I would. That's not something like we vlogged or anything, obviously, because it's just too much.
It's too raw, and
Yeah.
and it's too stressful.
Yeah.
I
So,
get it.
I'm sorry to you, and I'm sorry to you.
I mean, you're sweet for apologizing. I didn't feel it was necessary, but
I mean, they might feel it will be necessary.
I'll never apologize.
I'll never know
I'm just
until
kidding.
because things look like how I feel I was acting was crazy.
Yeah. I think you were great.
We'll see how it came across.
I think you were great.
Okay. Okay.
Oh no.
Deletes all the footage and says we need a virtual episode.
I will set your house on fire. Anyways, back to our friend who needs advice. Do you need to catch up?
No, I remember.
Okay.
She thought she looked really good.
Yeah.
She probably did look really good.
Yeah, but she has a hard time with confidence, and she feels she needs outside validation.
And did her friends not acknowledge how gorgeous
No, her
she
friends did acknowledge it. I just read that part wrong.
looked? Okay.
The problem is that even if her friends do acknowledge it, even if another person does flirt with her, that's a problem in and of itself. But you were talking about how you didn't feel like you'd been flirted with enough when you were 20.
Yeah, let me be more hateable. Quite honestly, no, I understand where you're coming from, because I think a lot of the fun of going out when you're single or when you're looking is getting dressed up, is going out, is getting a little out of your comfort zone, getting a little drunk, and maybe flirting with some people or like, it's fun to go back and forth like that with somebody. And if you don't get any attention like that on you, it's a little bit like, ugh.
I think you can be let down about it, but your worth cannot come from external sources. It's got to come from within.
Yeah, I think you should try to separate the confidence and the self-worth outside of going out. But I still think you're valid in maybe feeling bummed that you didn't have the fun you had hoped for on the night out.
And she specifically asks, how can I put an end to all of this? And I struggle with this a lot myself. I was actually thinking about that on the drive-in because I'm a self-centered asshole. Like, oh, I never thought I was pretty in high school and like all this stuff. And I think that a big problem of what we do is like it's comparative. So I'm comparing myself to everybody that I see, and I don't look like anybody else because I look like my fucking self.
Right.
And the same is true for all of us. So, stop comparing yourself to other people. Start finding good within yourself. It's the negative self-talk and the aggressive self-criticism that's unnecessary that I think we got to stop. It's like, I'm trying to find the right way to explain it because like I have meltdowns all the fucking time and Joe can't stand it because I'll be like, I'm very vulnerable right now because I hate the way I look. And when I hate the way I look, I feel like shit. And he's like, well, I wish that wasn't the case because number one, you don't look like shit.
Right.
And it should not affect the way that you feel. And I think that, yes, that's true, but we all feel that way.
Yes, because as silly as it is, I wear the same V-neck t-shirt every day because I like the way it looks on me. I like how it fits on my arms because like if there's a place I don't love about, and it's not even that I don't love it, but it's like I'm not ripped and I like a shirt to fall a certain way. So it's like, and if you don't just feel comfortable, you're thinking about not feeling comfortable. So then you're not able to just live in the moment or be free. So then you're thinking about how your confidence or you're thinking about negative self-talk. And I think even a couple weeks ago when I was talking about how when I'm not checking my thoughts regularly, I can like get into a like negative when I'm not even realizing I'm manifesting bad things for myself. But I think with the self-confidence, if you that felt like you looked great and you did look great, keep radiating that energy because it's going to come back to you. You know what I mean? And
the more positive self-talk you have, the more positive a time you're going to enjoy. So like I found personally for me, if I spend less time looking in the mirror and more time like, what do I feel sick in? Like, what do I feel dope in? God, I sound so stupid. But like, what do I feel the coolest in, you know what I mean? Like I love wearing this little suit. So it's like, I'm not going to look in the mirror about it because it's not about how it looks. It's about how I feel in it. And the better I feel, the cooler it is because I'm exuding confidence. Right. And it's like, people are attracted to that. They're attracted to confidence.
And does that help the self-confidence though?
Yeah, it does. Because I'm not looking at myself, picking myself apart in the mirror. I'm like, oh, damn. Like, I feel good today. Yeah. Like, I feel good. I love this 2-piece set I'm wearing. Like, these shoes are my feet. Like literally, like you see how I came in here today? I love how I feel in that outfit.
You did look great.
Did I?
You did.
I felt like I looked like a little, like if I'm going to be negative, I felt like a little kid being picked up from daycare, but I feel fucking money in it. Right. And that's all that matters because I can walk around confidently and comfortable all day.
Okay. So then you're confident and comfortable yourself, but then how do you not seek external validation when you're feeling that way?
I think.
And going out into the world because do you know what I mean? They kind of feel separate even though they're linked.
They're definitely linked. I also know the only thing I can control is myself. I cannot force another person to give me a compliment. I can't force another person to, see me or flirt with me. But I can control how I feel in that moment. You know what I mean? I feel good in this.
And you know what?
I'm not going to diminish feeling good about myself in this moment because someone else didn't praise it. I can't control that result.
And you shouldn't wait around for somebody else to make something happen for yourself.
Yeah.
If you saw somebody you liked, you could also make a subtle move. Yeah. You don't have to overtly hit on them, but maybe you didn't see anyone you were interested in either. And it's like maybe that guy, I know like traditionally the guys are hitting on the women, blah blah blah, but maybe the guy wants to feel validated too. It wouldn't hurt for a guy to feel like, oh, this girl really like wants to strike up a conversation with me. And if you're feeling confident in yourself and you see something you like, I think you should go after it. Why not have a great night just because the person didn't come to you?
When I saw Joe, the first thing I said was, he will be mine.
Yeah.
And now I'm married, ladies. So
I think if you see something you like, go after it.
Go get it.
Keep looking good. Keep radiating that energy. And I think it will all come full circle for you.
Yes.
Took us a while to get there, but here we are.
Dude, it's hard. It is hard. Because I think, oh God, I was so ugly. And then I look back at my kid pictures and I'm like, God damn it, girl. You've been.
If you could only be. Yeah. Yes, because you always look back and you're like, wow, that person looked great. That version of me looked great. And it's like, well, we are a version of ourselves that we'll look back at later. So we need to tell ourselves we look fucking great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one.
All right.
I don't know if this is juicy enough for a question, but I do have a moral dilemma and I would love some help. My father is an addict. His source is mainly alcohol, cigarettes, and marijuana. I grew up with this, so I have a slight hatred for those things. I also realize I am an addict and I know how hard it can be to stop. The dichotomy I live in is frustrating. My dilemma is that recently my mom has needed financial help, so of course I helped with food and money. But I noticed my dad's still buying beer and cigarettes. Am I a shitty person because this bothered me? Also, how can I help them without feeling like I am contributing to addiction?
It would be hard not to build resentment if you're going out of your way to spend your hard-earned money on what you're seeing is adding to the demise of your father. I think having a brutally honest conversation with them that I love you, I want to help you, I know times are tough, but I hate that I can see my money represented in something that he struggles with, that I also struggle with, and that needs to be cut out.
Yeah, I feel that. I personally am have started being very irritated when I pay for somebody else's alcohol. Like, I don't like doing it. I don't like buying alcohol for my house. I don't like buying alcohol for a party. I don't like splitting a tab that has booze on it.
And I don't know why you should.
It shockingly happens a lot. And like, you know, if you go to a group dinner, everyone wants to share a bottle of wine. All of a sudden I'm paying for a bottle of wine I didn't drink that's also very expensive. Or like everyone's at dinner, everyone gets a drink but me. And all of a sudden part of my check is alcohol.
Yeah, the $20 drinks.
Yeah, and it's annoying. It's definitely annoying. I have found that my solution for that is I out loud say, I am not drinking, so I will not contribute to the alcohol portion of the tab. And I've had other people say the same thing to me, like, I am not drinking. Or if like someone's doing a celebratory thing, they'll say, I'm going to provide the food. I will not pay for alcohol. Yeah. So if it's like at a restaurant, it's alcohol's on a separate tab.
Yeah. Why would you tempt why would you pay for something it just doesn't make sense.
Even more than, it's not like I'm tempted by paying for someone else's alcohol. I'm just fucking annoyed. Yeah. Like, just don't, and it's okay to be annoyed by things like that. And it's okay to have a boundary about it and say, I will not be contributing to to financing the alcohol.
How do you successfully, though, give somebody money and control how they're spending it?
You don't. And that's the problem. So when you give somebody something, you've made the choice to no longer be in control of that thing. So you have to make peace with the fact that knowing full well contributing financially to your parents means they're going to spend it on something that you don't agree with.
I think the solution could be, if you're really seeing they're needing help or if they're asking for help, you can say, listen, I'm happy to help. I'll directly go and pay the cable bill, or I'll directly go to the grocery store, write me a list, and I'll get those things.
I think her problem, or their problem, I don't know if it's a boy or a girl, I think their problem is specifically that no matter what, any kind of help is also in support of the items that they're buying to use.
Right, because if you're paying for the groceries, that leaves extra fund for the dad to buy.
And no matter what, it's not extra fund, it's money that they're already spending on those things, and they will spend on those things regardless because it's a necessity for them. Or so they think. But I think the bottom line comes down to, you can say, I want to help you. I don't feel comfortable helping you while you are in active use, and I love you, and that doesn't change. And that is all you have to say.
I love that. I love the sentiment of that. But then what about the mom? If the mom's not, and you want to help the mom, but the dad's not willing, but it's the same household, so you're contributing. It's just very tricky. And I think that is the best approach. That's seemingly the only approach.
And it's okay to do that. There's another thing where it's like, there's a program that you can go to as an individual who's affected by other people's addictions. And one of the main things of it is ensuring healthy boundaries for yourself so that you're not acting codependently and you're not doing things that are outside of your comfort that bring a mental and physical and financial burden to yourself to support somebody else's active use. Right. And quite frankly, that's the best thing you can do for an addict, not financially enable their using. When you do that, you keep them from experiencing something like a rock bottom that might actually change them using. Anytime you support financially, anytime you lie for them, anytime you do anything that enables the act of addiction, you're keeping them a step further away from a rock bottom that might save their life.
Yeah. As hard as that may be.
Because you can't change someone. You can't ask them to be anything but what they are in that moment. They can choose to change.
Yeah, that's what I've learned time and time again is you can beg somebody to get help. You can present help. You can do everything you want. But in reality, the person isn't going to get help until they've decided they
until
want
they're
it
good
or
and
they need
desperate.
it.
Yeah.
So I guess even with the mom, like you might have to, if the dad's problems are affecting the entire family, you might have to have a conversation with your mom that is the same, in which I feel as though this is life-threatening to dad, and you and I together are enabling this. So
because quite frankly, you also don't want to enable an enabler, that is the truth about addiction. Addiction doesn't just affect me. It affects every single person that's attached to me. My alcoholism and addiction is going to fuck my husband, my father, my mother, anybody in my circle. All of
those people are trying to do what they feel best, because it's never easy. If you're really seeing somebody go down the wrong path, it's hard to say, okay, you're so bad right now that you're not going to be able to be in a house. You're not going to be able to function as a human, and to just be at peace with them being absolutely not okay.
It's about accepting life on life's terms, not just as an addict alcoholic, but as a person who's related to an addict alcoholic. You have to accept that person is on their own path, that you cannot change it if they don't want to change it.
Right.
They need to be in a point of desperation where they finally decide that they're going to surrender and make a change for themselves. Financially supporting them or anybody that enables them is not going to help yourself. It's not,
because you're setting yourself up to be disappointed time and time again.
And you're fanning the fire. You want to fucking close the jar, take all the oxygen away for it, and let it burn itself out.
Wow. I mean, I think your advice is great, because even like
it's
me,
hard,
who hasn't experienced it, I would have been just like I said initially, just pay for the groceries. But you're right. It's doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's hard though, and that's why it helps to be in a group of people who have the same problem, because you realize you're not alone in what you're doing, and there is strength in numbers, and you can see another person who's already made the hard choice that you're considering making and how it's paid off for them, which is really that's what I find the most invaluable thing about the fellowship of the program I identify with, is seeing another person who's done what they're telling me to do that I think is impossible in the moment, but then I think, wait, no, it's not impossible because that bitch did it. Yeah. And if she can do it, I can fucking do it. And that's the beauty of like having someone go before you into the darkness. Like, you know that at the end of this tunnel, there is an answer, and it's one that I want. So I can trust that even though I'm doing something uncomfortable, by the end of it, I will have a relief.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool stuff. Next. I've been with my boyfriend for over 5 years, and before me, he had only dated girls. He told his parents about us 2 years ago, and their reaction was really bad. His mom said him dating a guy was the worst thing ever. Quote, they don't let him talk about me when he's visiting them for the holidays. They also teach his 10-year-old siblings to be homophobic. Am I a bitch for hating them and not wanting them at our future wedding? I feel like I'm turning him against his family, but I also don't want anything to do with them, and even if they have a change of heart, I don't think I could forgive them for how homophobic they have been. Thanks for reading.
That's heartbreaking.
It's devastating.
I am curious how your boyfriend's interactions with his family are outside of you, knowing how they are in regard to your relationship. I mean, it sounds like it's been pretty awful, to the point where you said even if they get their act together, you're not sure that you're willing to have a relationship with them. I wonder if you and your boyfriend are a example of a healthy relationship over time, if it will change some of their opinions, because I do think in some spaces, even being gay is popularized as I don't even know, as common, as accepted as it is today. There still is, if you don't have somebody in your family, if you don't know about it, it could still just sit with you the wrong way. Like I had family members when I came out that were like, you're not gay, or like not homophobic,
not considering.
It's never been their norm. They don't know about it. So I wonder if trying to endure them a little bit.
Sorry, I'm dying that anyone ever said you're not gay. Continue. Like, who said that?
My brother, he was like, maybe you've just been in California too long. And he just didn't know. He just didn't know.
But you know what Austin does know about?
What?
The quarter system and taxes.
No, and it's nothing against him. He didn't know.
He didn't know.
It's just like, even I didn't know growing up that I didn't figure out that I was gay because it didn't dawn upon me because I didn't have any gay examples in my life. So I think the more popularized, the more, what did you say, accepted it becomes.
I was like, what did I say?
I think the parents will come around. It's your choice if you're ever going to forgive them or not.
I can't speak to any of that, but I can say forgiveness isn't for the person you're forgiving, it's for yourself. And harboring a resentment for that, like, it's like letting them live rent free in your mind. Let them go, dude. And especially if they have a change of heart, let it go. Especially if they have a change of heart.
And if you're feeling some type of way, I can only imagine your boyfriend, whose family it is feeling 10 times that. So it's of his best interest, really, to get his family in line and checked out on this situation, or they aren't going to be in his life, because your boyfriend is going to push him away if they can't accept him for who he is or the life he's choosing to live. So I think Lizzie is correct in that you need to let it go, because it's not serving you in any way other than driving you out the wall.
And hurting you. It's like having a thorn in your paw and saying, no, I'm going to fucking keep it here. Take the thorn out of your paw. What they do is not your fucking concern. You focus on your relationship with the guy that you love. If you're so serious that you want to get married to him, focus on that relationship with him. If he's not going to make a healthy choice that's in support of your relationship, that's when you got to reconsider your relationship with him. But for the time being, remove the thorn that is his parents' homophobia from your paw. You can't change what they're thinking. If they do change their minds, welcome them with open fucking arms and show them how fucking wrong and stupid they were for being an asshole in the first place by being the sweetest person you can be.
Yeah, and you never have to forget.
You never have to forget. But you can kill them with kindness. You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree. And this is like, I'm kind of stopped in my tracks because I don't know how I would react in this scenario.
I'd be fucking pissed.
I would be livid, and I think my first stop would be really talking with my boyfriend about this and letting him lead the charge, because it is his family. And if the parents hate me already, I'm already 1 foot out of the situation. So I'm not engaging with them unless I have to. And if they're being rude to me, that's a whole other thing. But I just think if you can kill them with kindness when you have to endure them, show them that you're bigger than that.
Also, you don't have to. I'm not saying be a martyr or a punching bag for these people and their homophobia. I am saying relieve yourself of the burden of them mentally. Don't let them take up your mental space like that.
With anything you're dealing with, honestly, that's out of your control, I do think thinking about it is only, it's just awful.
A psycho thing that I've learned and picked up that doesn't necessarily make sense when I say it the first time, but if you try it, it works. If you pray for the person that you don't like to have what you want, eventually you're relieved of the burden of that hatred.
No, that makes sense.
Like if and so like one of my favorite things to do is like, God help the son of a bitch who crosses me, because I'm going to be praying for his ass. It's a punitive prayer.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it helps.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's pretty stupid.
That's fucking awful.
Yeah. You could also,
What, you're gonna
fuck up their property or something and do it really quietly so they think it's one of the young son's friends. TP their house, egg them. Blame it on the homophobic kids.
Oh. I have questions for the boyfriend.
You do? Do you want to call him?
Yeah.
Let's call him.
I would like to. Honestly, if you want to call us, we're here for you next episode.
Oh, yeah. All of you, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, we do have a number. It's listed in our description section below. You can leave a voicemail, and if you want us to call you back, leave your number as well, and we can do that on the show. And I hope we helped. The last one really stumped me. I don't think I've ever been so stumped.
Oh, but it's because it's really fucking devastating, and the only answer is to be Mother Teresa about it. Is it still is Mother
annoying.
Teresa taboo?
I don't know.
I feel like Mother Teresa was recently canceled.
Really?
Yeah, no one's safe.
All right. Well, with that,
We're gonna go watch Lindsay Lohan's Christmas movie trailer. Stay tuned.
full report next week.
Yeah, tune in next week because we're shooting a third one of these in about 15 minutes, and all we're gonna have is Lindsay Lohan's movie trailer to talk about.
Isn't our podcast so fun?
I think it's great.
All right, you guys. What?
We didn't even talk about my vlog.
What about?
Remember there was a thing we could talk about? Doesn't matter. Go check it out for yourselves every Tuesday, guys.
All right. Check out Lizzie's vlogs. I also have a vlog channel. If you want to follow us on social media, we're at The Sip Official. Thank you so much for watching and following along every single week. We love you more than you know. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
And that's The Sip. You hate when I do that.
Hate it.
I know.
Sounds like you're choking on a big old dick.
No.